Welcome to this week's breakdown of painting with purpose. This week we're going to be working on evergreens, which is a tree used a lot in landscape paintings, and I use a lot as it adds a lot of realism to the painting, and by simply changing brush technique, color, shape, and size, you can add depth perception to your paintings. So I'm going to go through that with you today real quick. What you're going to need is a painting knife, a fan brush, some Verdian green, sap green, yellow ochre, and then something to make. First, you're going to run your fan brush through some dark green, that Verdian green, mixed with a little bit of black as well. Just want a really dark color to show the contrast when I show you guys how to quickly tap here, a nice vertical line. And you're going to take the corner of the fan brush, this top corner right here, and tap left and right lightly, changing the angle as you go down. You can tap harder as you go down. You want more of that to come off, as you want some bigger, darker branches. As you're getting lower, the tree's getting wider. Great. Since the light's coming in on the right, the lighter color is going to be on the right. So I'm going to just, over those same brush marks, don't need to add more, just highlight the ones that are there. And tap through the same technique using the top corner of that brush. Okay, so moving on to the second tree. This tree is going to be one that's a little bit closer in perspective. So if it's closer, it's probably going to be catching more light in your eye. It's going to look less grayed out, less fake. So you're going to go through a lighter color to make that show. So using the same tree, I just run it through a little bit more. I put some yellow on there, some yellow ochre, and some Verdian green. Using the same technique, just going to tap using that upper right hand corner. You can flip it over if you're running out of paint on that side. And just like that, add more color to it. Means that it's probably a little bit closer. And that is our second. So moving on to our third form of an evergreen. This one's going to be one at a distance. So I put down just a little bit of paint to kind of resemble a hill. And you're going to take a liner brush. I'm choosing a really dark color, which is going to help show perspective that it's far away. Just a tip about pretty much anything in your paintings. The further the object is supposed to be from you, the more grayscale it's going to be, the more fogged out that the color is going to look, and the less detail there's going to be. And that's just going to help with showing perspective and depth. Just the top of the hill. Just line in some tops to these trees, okay? And then you can go in and add some minor detail with just a liner brush. Using the same technique as you did with the fan brush. Just gonna go through left to right, trying to make those individual limbs of the evergreen, and so on and so forth, using the same technique. That's your third example of an evergreen tree. When you add all these together on a canvas, it actually looks really great and adds perspective and depth to your painting. So use as many varieties of trees as you can, and it'll change the quality. So I hope you guys enjoyed this painting. I hope you guys liked this tutorial and learned something from it. But more importantly, I titled this painting OP, or Opportunity Plus Preparation. So let's get into the meaning of the painting, the meaning behind the title, and where I put that meaning in the painting for you guys to find. Alright, I'll see you guys out there. So an opportunity plus preparation, this is my ode to Robert Frost's poem, The Road Not Taken. So in OP, there's two rivers, and in between those two rivers is a nice safe piece of land where someone's decided to settle, put a house down, because they believe that it's going to be safe. But when the snow melts in the summer, those rivers are going to rise, and they're going to flood that house, and they're going to flood all the belongings and all the safety that they believe they had. And that safety is a responsibility is catching up to you, because not making a decision is a decision in itself. Now on the left, there's a nice safe river with no current that freezes over in the winter. It seems pretty easy to travel by, and those are the easy, obvious decisions that are going to float in front of you at any given moment. But in my opinion, I'm going to have to go behind Robert Frost here and say they're less rewarding. So sometimes when I struggle with that, I look up, whether that's spirituality or physically actually doing that to ground yourself. Stars are helpful to me. River to the right, there's three waterfalls. There's lots of current. It's constantly churning. It will not freeze over. It's rough. And when that water rises, there's only one way off that little stretch, that little island. And that's that bridge. And it's going to lead to that rougher right side anyway. And it's on the right side for a reason, because generally those tough decisions pay off in the long run. So all in all, I'm going to have to back Robert Frost here. What fun is it to not make any ripples?